Hey, hello. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know how good the microphone quality is going to be, but I hope it is good. I don't want bad microphone quality. I also hope the stream's doing alright. It's a little rainy, so we might be having some issues at some point, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. Yeah, for anyone who's already in, welcome to the Alpine Preserve. I already started this build kind of on my own, and I was like, you know what? Why am I not streaming this? So I figured I'd pull up a stream and get it going. I'm really proud of how this is coming along so far. Um, I mean, I'm still sculpting the island. I had it all flattened out, and what I've built so far is this little main area. This is like the operations and stuff. You've got your ranger team. You've got your staff center over here. You've got an arrival point so that everything's hooked up. And I might add more facilities throughout this island, but I'm going for like I'm imagining this is like a little island off like the shore of Canada or like off a European coast up north. I feel like this has that vibe. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a gate here, and this gate will lead into the actual preserve. So this will just be, the main little uh, island where like all the ranger posts are. And I'll probably have a few of these towers dotted around the main island. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let me get chat pulled up. Now, this is my first stream back, so I'm probably not going to get a lot of viewership right off the bat, but with any luck, some people will start joining up soon. I really wish I could change the outer edge of the island, but there's not really much I can do about it. I'm not sure. This lake might be a little too big, but I don't know. It could be workable. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a stream series where I build up this Alpine island, and then I'm gonna turn it into like a proper preserve with like tours and all of that. Or maybe I'll just have it be like a biologic preserve. But if I want to turn it into a proper park, I'll add like tours and stuff, and do all of that. Oh, welcome in. Thank you for joining in, Orange Cape. It's been a little while. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's definitely good to be back in the saddle, back on stream. Um, let's see. Oh, I almost forgot to send out the link everywhere. There we go. I keep forgetting I need to have my phone open for chat. Yeah, it's been a little while. My thing with my computer, it absolutely died on me, and I haven't been able to stream anything for a little while. Hold on, I want to make that little island just a little bit bigger. But yeah, um, my hope is to like get on with some building. I was I was already doing some. I'm sculpting like the outer edges of the island. I want to have like a river system coming from further in, and have like a big central valley would be nice, like something over here. Maybe have like a lake, and then I want to have a large mountain in this corner of the island. I want something as a backdrop, and thankfully these islands are absolutely massive, so I can do that. I am gonna have to sculpt all of it by hand, which is going to present a few issues. Um, but I enjoy it. It's an art. It's definitely a thing. Um, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start over here. Actually, I was doing some stuff on the other side, but I want to build out these cliffs a little bit. Let's bring this in. I want to see where the sand is at. Alright, so the sand is there. So I'll do this. And let's make that circle a little larger. This is something I love about this new version of the game is you can do so much sculpting. I haven't streamed any of this game and I want to. I want to do more streaming on it. But I've played maybe 35 hours already, just like casually, and it's been such a good experience. I highly recommend it. I don't know if I'll ever go back to Evolution 2. I might, just because I had some islands on there that I was still, building, and but this game has got me hooked. It is so good. And I've been absolutely loving all the new features, new species, all the new ways to build. I love the way building is done in this game because it's just so much more freeing. Oh, this is gonna be a tight coastline, which is fine. What I could do is maybe have some docks down here. What happens if I... And then I do this. Below sea level. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. There was an area where you could lower things enough to have water show up. And it was right over here in this crevice, the crevasse. Yeah, right here. This little section here that goes over it. Why the heck is it like that? So, some of the ways the rocks generate is kind of crazy. I need to remember to keep looking at chat. I have it like on my phone right now. So I just have chat pulled up on my phone and it's like resting next to me. But yeah, once I get a new computer, because my current computer has just been giving me a lot of headaches. But once I get my new one, which I'm saving up for right now, I'll be able to do a lot more streaming. And that should, hopefully mean a lot more content for you guys. Let's see. Let's get this kind of filled in. Maybe I shouldn't have the cliffs be this high. Maybe this area should be like more flat. And then I can like have a gradual thing going. Like I'll definitely still have some cliffs, but I wanna play with more than like three elevation levels, you know? I wanna have a good amount of variety in there. So like what I'll probably do is smooth a lot of this out. Just because, you know, I want the beach to have like a proper gradient up, you know? Oh, this is like a little tide pool area. This is cool. I like this. But yeah, I've been doing a lot while I've been kind of offline. I've been doing a lot of stuff with my car. You know, that's been cool. I got new tires on it. That set me back like 900 bucks. But yeah, I've been doing a lot behind the scenes. I just haven't been able to like really upload it. I do have a TikTok where I've been posting like my car stuff, but this is my first like big return to YouTube in a little bit. You know, I think having some cliffs leading up to here could be cool. And that allows me to flatten this out, and then I can dial it in a little bit with this. Don't know why that's like that. Let's bring this coastline up a little bit. And then bring this around. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. What I might do, hmm, this coastline, or this beach rather, goes to about here. I'm trying to follow the terrain paint of the island for these beaches. I'm not trying to like paint it all myself, so I'm making as much use of the pre-existing terrain paint as possible from when like the island was still like big and intact before I flattened it. Let's see. Let's get this dragged along here. There we go. But yeah, how's everyone's Monday been? Oh, how was Valentine's weekend? Mine was pretty good. We went to the Huntington down in Pasadena, and it was pretty good. I had a great time. Saw some pretty cool cars there. Oh yeah, this is definitely a bit of land that needs to be raised. You can tell from like the lumpiness. Get all of that filled in. This just gives me more room to play with when I start actually sculpting. There we go. Got kind of a raised layer. Alright, so these cliffs are pretty good as they are. I could do a bit of a cut in over here. Yeah, no, that feels like it's gonna get a dinosaur stuck in there or something. I'm just gonna fill that. So this will definitely be like a little outcrop. I don't think I'll have any very easy ways down in there. Terrain paints. Is this lawn? No, it's grass. I have to make sure that this isn't too much rock. There we go. That looks nice. It's an interesting shape, but it looks fine. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of a rocky coastline. Let me turn the intensity, fall off. Gonna roughen that. It looks alright, I guess. Alright, let's see. We're definitely still gonna keep this cliff back here, I think. I think most of the island's gonna be at a bit of an elevation. I mean, I suppose we could have some lower lying areas, but I feel like the lower lying areas should be towards the coast. I think that's kind of a nice way to round that in. We can sculpt out of this with the lower lying land portion there. There'll still be like some low-lying land over here, but not a lot of it. Kind of rough that out a little bit. Yeah, that works. And now we kind of enclose this. Let's see. Yeah, this little beach will just kind of be isolated. Maybe I'll put like a crashed ship here or something. I don't know, I'll put something here. There we go. So I definitely think that's the route we're gonna go. Let's see. Yeah, that works. It's not too roughed in, but it's, you know, decent enough. I need those contour lines on. There we go. Why does that look like that? Oh yeah, I haven't dialed this area in a ton yet. Yeah, this will be a nice little area down here. This will fit well. Like, it's not, a massive area, but it's a nice little low-lying area where I'm certain there could be plenty of creatures roaming around. There we go. I think I'll just smooth out the rest of this coastline, honestly. There we go. Nice and beachy. And of course, we'll have like a way out of this area. Hey Perp, how's it going? Uh, yeah, good thing to let me know. I'm gonna need to keep looking at my phone for chat. Sorry if I waited too long to respond. I was kind of locked in. I'm pretty good. I'm just, getting back into the groove of streaming and stuff. Computer still isn't fixed, so I can't stream most of the games I like to stream. Or, start my Minecraft Dinosaur series again yet, or things like that. But I am able to stream through my PlayStation, for the most part. So, that's what I'm doing. And, so far, nothing catastrophic has happened. So, that's a win right there. Okay, it's not too long, but I still am gonna try to be more on top of the chat. But yeah, I'm just dialing in some of these cliffs right now. There we go. Yeah, we're in the rainy season now, so it's gonna be storming for the next couple weeks. So if my internet's kind of bad, it's because of the weather. There we go. Yeah, right now I'm sculpting an island for us to build a preserve on. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You're gonna have to fill me in on the details on that in a little bit. There we go. That's nice. I kind of like how that does that. Now, where should I have the way up be? I feel like There should be a river coming in. There will be a river that kind of feeds both of these. I don't know what to put back in here. I want to put something back in here, but I don't know what I'm going to put back in there because it's a beach. You know, yeah, it's really pretty. Do you want to see what I've done so far? It started in this little area that I've just kind of strewn some rocks about, and I've got, a little arrival cabin, truck parked around the back, a nice little view of the ocean back here. What the heck is going on here? Um, and then, of course, you've got like this little kind of outcropping. The way onto the island is going to be right here. I'm going to make a road on right here. I'm going to have a gate there. Over here we have our response facility. And over here we have the lodge for the staff who all live here. And we've got a little lighthouse over here. And I really like this. I found it on the workshop, and it's pretty nice. Let's see. But yeah, I've only done like a little bit of landscaping so far. I haven't really done any proper. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's some visual glitches with the island sometimes. Um but yeah, what I'm doing is this island already has some terrain paint kind of on it. So I'm trying to follow the coastlines that are already drawn in. Like these beaches, I'm going to try to keep them as beaches. I'm going to try to like, do that. I'm going to try to make this whole area more gradual. I don't think I want any cliffs here, if I can help it. Yeah, like this whole area right here is a good spot for like a gradual lead into the island. I mean, I guess I could do that over here too. But, kind of like the idea of this place being like a little alcove, you know? Ooh, that would be really cool, actually. I would play that. Let me fill this in a little. There we go. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of how this island's coming along right now. It's gonna be a little bit before we get any actual species in, but I'm honestly fine with that. My big issue is where we're gonna put like the hatcheries and stuff. But for now I'm just sculpting. I really like how it's coming along though. I like the coastline that we're working with. Um, Now that we've got this area kind of outlined, I think I want to work on like the coast here, you know? Um, do we need a way up over here? Do we? Yeah, I'll do something like here. Um, oh, definitely not that big. And then we'll fill some of this in, like so. And we'll do a little bit of this. There we go. That's a little more natural looking. And that gives a way in and out of this little region. I might smoothen the transition up here just to make it a little easier. There we go. Yeah, it looks nice. And then we'll do another one of those probably here, I'd say. Let me do some of that. And flatten out the sides. And then I'll flatten out this. There we go. And then I'll smoothen that a little bit. And I might smoothen the bottom too. Just to make it more gradual. Oh, I keep forgetting to read the thing. Hear me out, Joe Meister. My series might not be a novel series and be more of a manga type thing. I think manga would be the way to go, especially with like the world you've described. I think a manga of the world you've envisioned would honestly go pretty hard. I think that would be really, really cool. I think you could make that really work. Alright, let's flatten some of this out. Here we go. There, that's what it needed. Yeah, novels. I mean, novels are fun to read, but I know a lot of people prefer manga to novels. What if I did like a swamp? No, I don't think that fits. Could do like a little tropical area. No, I think I'll just go with more of the woodland. I need to do some up here on the cliff too. I do like that this like rounds out the cliff with rocks. I think that's a really nice thing about this tool. I'll fill that out. That doesn't look right. I need to fix that. Yeah, I think drawing a manga would be pretty fun. And then you don't have to use, because you can just draw people's speech bubbles, and you don't have to use a lot of the filler that you have to do with writing a novel. Because writing a novel and writing a manga are very different in like the approaches they need. But yeah, I think honestly I really like the idea of a manga as opposed to the novel approach. Man, it is crazy what a tree brush and a rock brush does to this place. See if there's any more rocks that show up. This is kind of cool, actually. I wonder if we could have... No, I don't think that makes sense. Not for an area that small. Well, we could definitely have, like, species native to this area specifically. I mean, I know they tend to wander, but, you know, I'm sure we could have, like, some that stick around in a single area. They don't tend to wander so much that they, you know, leave the areas entirely. Not usually, anyway. I mean, of course, a few will, but there's not really much we can do about that. For some reason, I've had, like, Hamilton stuck in my head, and I don't know why. Yeah, manga is definitely easier on the writing part. It's just you have to be able to draw all the characters, or you have to hire an artist too. It's still a lot of work, but it's definitely not as writing intensive as something like writing a novel is. So there's definitely going to be cliffs over here. They might be taller than the cliffs I'm drawing in right now, honestly. But I know for a fact there's going to be some cliffs over this way. So I'm going to use this terrain brush to round out the coastline over here. And then I'll fill this out. we go. That looks good. And now we have more space to play with as well. Alright. I wish we could fill that in with a bit more rock coverage, but it's fine. This needs rock terrain paint. No, it needs cliff terrain paint. And then I need beach. There we go. You also have deadlines you have to meet. Getting the chapters in on time is the anime. Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Yeah, I love Psyche K. Says a deadline isn't just a suggestion. Or I think you're talking about Psyche K. I love Psyche K. That anime is so good. Like, it's just so absurd, but it's so good, you know? Let's draw trees along the coastline for now. These will kind of be a stand-in until we start actually filling the coastline up with stuff. Okay, clearly I need to flatten more of this area out, because I should not be able to draw anything on that side of the ledge. There we go. I mean, from what I can tell, you had a lot of stuff in mind, so I wouldn't be surprised if yours had a ton of volumes. There we go. Yeah, I really like how this is coming along. It's very nice. One to 20 volumes. That's a pretty wide range, but yeah, I could see it getting up to 20. Man, we've almost done a full perimeter of the island. That's pretty good. Let's see. I really want to do something in here, but I don't know what. Let me see what blueprints do I have? I have a loading dock. I could totally do a loading dock over somewhere. Probably not here. But definitely like... Oh my gosh, I could do it off of the main island. I'd have to lower it all. But like... I could totally do this. I don't know why the other end's like so deep in the ground though. It's almost like it wants the ocean to be higher than the land, but that doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, wait, this isn't outside the buildable area. I could totally do this. I could totally put a ship out here somewhere. I'm totally gonna do that. I'm totally gonna put a ship out somewhere. But the question is, where am I gonna have a dock at? You know what I could do? Is in these lower lying areas of the island, I could have them be staff areas. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you guys in a spot with an ocean view because I need to. Actually, let me go into first person. Hide UI. Alright, guys, I'm going to mute. I have to go to the bathroom, but I will be back. So, in the meantime, you can all watch, watch the day go by, I guess. Hello, hello, everyone. I am back from the bathroom and I've just ordered Wingstop. So, and also, I found out it's apparently snowing like 20 minutes from my house. So, I'm probably gonna head up there a little later today. So that'll be fun. Oh my gosh, Perp, wait, you don't have Wingstop? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I've been addicted to it. You buy wings there, and it's really good. It's so good. It's like an aviation themed, like old timey aviation themed wings restaurant, and it's delicious. It's incredible. I love it so much. I might actually build those docks. Do I want them in this area? No, if I'm gonna build the docks, they're gonna have to be in like an area like this. I don't think anything can get past this. This looks pretty impassable. So all we'd need to do is put like a gate up here. And that'll allow us to have a little area over here. So I'm actually gonna erase a bunch of this beautiful foliage. And I think we're gonna build a dock over here. We could also build like a runway somewhere, but I don't think the island's really big enough to be doing that. See, what blueprints do I have? I've got this, which is like an oil rig. I could do like an oil rig somewhere out here. Oh, I can build that. I'm gonna unbuild it though. I don't think it fits the aesthetic that we're going for, but it is cool to know that because I thought that could only be built in the lagoon. And then the worst animation. Yeah, that's always the big fear with getting your own animated series is horrible animation. Ugh, I'm not a big fan of that. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'd have to replace the trees though. I like this plane. I like this one that's like taking off. Yeah, I could totally have like some docks. Actually, visit workshop. This place is absolutely phenomenal for getting just like the perfect structures. I would make some myself, but I haven't delved super deep into that yet, and I'd rather on docks. Let's check out some docks, shall we? Dude, One Punch Man, oh my god. Season 3 was actually painful. Like I've only seen like a tiny little bit of it because I genuinely couldn't handle it. Large warehouse. That could be useful. That's a small dock. I need something like this. Here we go. Wooden rope fence. That could be cool, but it's not. Maybe that. That looks nice. Dock's empty. And I think that's the same as this facility. And then like a container zone, that's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, wait, it's the Jurassic Park Builder Harbor. Oh, that's so sick. I'm saving that for later. I've been seeing a lot of Jurassic Park Builder stuff, and I think it's really cool, honestly. Fun fact, I was doing research yesterday to figure out what ruin really is in my story. It turns out it's most likely alchemy. That's pretty cool. But it's definitely like still a unique thing to your story. Ooh. Now the question is, where do I place you in? Right here actually would work pretty well. It's a little more industrial than I'd like. So that's the docks. Docks empty. Large dock facility, large warehouse. What's the difference? I think there is no difference. But still, it's cool. I think what I'm gonna do then is set this into the rock there. And then I can take the ship Oh my gosh, I can't see. I'll place the ship there. Actually, yeah, I might lower it just a little bit. Advanced move. Just a little bit of red showing. That works. There we go. I think it's pretty unique when the last time you saw elves with elemental powers grow bone armor on their arms, out of their own bones. That definitely sounds like I like the system that you have set up for it. It's really intriguing, and I can't wait to see where you go with it. All right, so we could say then that this is like where everything is transported from. Heck, we could have built that into the side of this cliff over here, but it's cool that you can build out like into these borders, you know? You don't have to be like confined to just the coastline. You have a little bit of leeway out in the water. I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, so now that we have the boat. Wait, this is the SS Venture, right? This is. Isn't this the one that was supposed to have the T-Rex on it? Oh, it's like scaled down. It looks pretty cool though. It's definitely like very detailed. Ooh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been in the lore Discord in a little bit just 'cause like I've had so much going on, but I'm really excited to see where all of it goes 'cause like I know this is a really big project for you and it looks really impressive from what I've seen so far. I really like that. Okay. I need tunnel, 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 tunnel. That's what I need. I need an arrival point that is literally just a tunnel. Tags, buildings, arrival point, tunnel. Please tell me there's one that is literally just like a tunnel. No, that's got buses. That might work. Ooh, that's kind of cool. But I literally just need like a tunnel. That might work, but it's not the right kind of rocks. What's this? Hmm. See, if I could just get a tunnel without the buses. I do like that. See, that would work. Here, I might do this. I might do this one and modify it, right? Because here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we have a tunnel coming out of the cliff, like right around here. So here, let me go to arrival points. I like this one with the buses. That's cool. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to place it down and then edit the design. So I place that. Delete that. Wait, can I just... Oh, I can just delete the buses. Alright. I can just use advanced move on this then. Oh, that's weird. You guys see that, like, after image it's leaving? My series is mainly kind of shonen. However, there is some realism in some parts. That's pretty cool. Hold on. Let me... Yeah, I'd say right around there works. Oh, damn it. Hold on. I'm gonna have to fix that. I hate when it does that. Okay. Oh, I can barely see the contour lines because of the daylight. In a battle-based story, getting realistic scenes like teenage mental health, I feel like you get to connect with the characters more. Yeah, no, yeah, I enjoy series that aren't just like, oh, it's just shonen or it's just, a one-dimensional story. It actually has substance, you know? Let me get... There we go. That's good enough. Now there's supposed to be an arrival point as part of this somewhere. Oh wait, was it in the buses? It was absolutely in the buses, wasn't it? No, I'm not gonna do that. It's fine. No, it's not fine. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab an arrival point, an actual one. L3, custom design. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. What I'll do what can I do? Also, when character anime have a no-kill rule, yeah. No, yeah, I like stories where there's actual risk. You know, where you don't feel like the characters are just gonna survive. Because, you know, at that point, it's like, why even have the characters at all if they're all gonna survive? Like, especially in a situation where you're supposed to feel like they're in danger. It's like, how am I supposed to feel any kind of fear for this character if there's no actual threat to their life in this moment that's supposed to be life-threatening, you know? Like, I don't know if you've seen Camp Cretaceous. They haven't killed any of the characters, but they've done a thing that I like, where, like, this is the closest that a no-kill show can really get, in my opinion, is they'll kill off a character for a little while. Like, enough for it to be like, oh my god, he's actually dead. And especially, like, at the end of a season or at the start of a season and making it like a whole plot thing, it's really good. And, like, they're not afraid to lean into the fear, you know? I'm going to pause for a moment and check on something, so I will be back momentarily. Alright, I have returned, and my wings are not here yet. Ooh, Yeah, Chaos Theory is really good. I haven't seen the newest season, but I've seen the previous three, and it's just oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like it's not the show I was expecting when they first announced they were making a Jurassic show. You know, I thought it was going to be like the prequel show where it shows like John Hammond and all of his stuff, but I still think they did a really good job of like capturing that essence, you know? And I like the direction they took it. I like how a lot of it went, you know? Now I see why they had those buses here though, because that makes more sense if it's like hold on, let me what about helipad arrival point? Oh my god, that is massive. Let's go to the workshop. Let's see what they have. Let's try cabin. Yeah. No, I think the no kill rule, like for some series it's necessary, but for most of them it's like why keep it, you know? I'm trying to find a good arrival point for this, you know? Let's try Alpine. Here we go. Here's more results. I want something simple though. Maybe something like that? Let's see. I'm gonna install this one. Especially for villains. Yeah, I think villains need to like I get the thing with like wanting some villains to like be relatable or like understand why they're doing what they're doing. But you should still be able to hate villains and to kill villains off in a show, you know? Like with uh Atlantis, the movie. Like I think they did a really good job with the twist villain. Like he it wasn't like, oh, he's got some tragic backstory. He's in it for the money, you know? He's in it for the money and he's doing this all and he does a little bit of backstabbing, and then boom, he's dead because of it. It's like I like when villains, like, it's not like he wasn't complex. He had like some decent stuff going, but you don't need a super complex villain for them to still be intriguing and still be a good villain. Here, let me. Is this the building I just downloaded? Oh, that building's not gonna work. No, wait, that's not the building I just downloaded. This is the building I just downloaded, and honestly, that doesn't look too bad. I had to go off default rotation though. But honestly, that could work. Here's what I'll do. I think I'll put it over here. Why not? Kind of at like a 45. Why is that not allowed? Oh my god, the damn mountain. There we go. Fixed the mountain. And now I've got a little arrival point that works. One small issue. It's that, but we can surround it in trees, it's fine. My wings are here, so I'm gonna mute real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, guys. Let me see how long I've been streaming for. Just under an hour and a half. I mean, this stream, honestly, has been pretty good. I could go longer, and I honestly might come back to stream again a little later today. Not promising that, because I don't know for sure. But, if I can, I'll be back on. But I think we've done a really good job so far. We've got most of the coastline mapped out. We've got like the basic stuff around. We've got work started on a new little kind of staff area over here. Or not quite staff. This will probably be more of like where the guest tours start. We can have tour tracks through the island that start over here. And I think that would be a cool little idea. Maybe have them like connect up to tour stations in different areas, But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave it off, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I've had an absolutely great time doing this stream, and thank you especially to you, Perp, for joining in. Don't worry, Perp. I'm going to be streaming more. I know you're very stream deprived, but I promise you, regular streams are coming back. For real this time. For realsies, faux shizzle, my drizzle. It is coming back. it is coming back. And when the PC is upgraded, it'll be back even more. So, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go eat my food because I am starving. And I will talk to you later, and I will see everyone in the next stream I do. But yeah, see ya.